Broncos Country, get ready, because what's about to happen this Sunday could completely change the course of the AFC playoffs. We're talking about a matchup that was supposed to be an epic battle between two division giants, but has taken a completely unexpected turn. Head coach Sean Payton has made it crystal clear what this team's mentality is at this crucial moment, and Denver Broncos family, you're going to want to hear every word of what's coming in this video. While our Broncos take the field with fire in their eyes, treating this game like it's already the postseason, on the other side of the line of scrimmage, we have a team making a decision that might seem strange to many. But hold on, let's understand this whole scenario that has the entire NFL watching what's going to happen at Mile High. What few people know is that there's something much bigger at stake here than just another regular season win. We're talking about the real concrete possibility of achieving something that hasn't happened in an entire decade for our franchise. So, Broncos Country, can you guess what I'm talking about? Stick with me until the end, because this analysis will show exactly what's on the line and why this Sunday could be the most important day of our season so far. The stage is set in a way nobody could have predicted a few weeks ago. Two teams, two completely different paths, one single battlefield. But before we get into the tactical details and what really matters for each side, let me ask you a question. Are you ready to witness what could be the most decisive moment of this Broncos campaign? Sean Payton isn't messing around, no sir. Our commander has made it crystal clear what the approach is for this matchup against the Chargers. In his own words, this is a playoff game. It doesn't matter what the calendar says. It doesn't matter that technically we're still in Week 18 of the regular season. For the Broncos, for our defense that's flying high, for Bo Nix, who's writing his name in the record books, this Sunday is the postseason come early. And family, when Payton says it's playoff time, we know the team reaches another level. It's no coincidence we've gotten to where we are. With an impressive record of 13 wins and only 3 losses, the Broncos are just one victory away from achieving something that seems almost surreal. It's so special. We're talking about the #1 overall seed in the AFC standings, something we haven't accomplished since 2015. Let me put in perspective what this means. Broncos Country. The #1 overall seed isn't just a matter of pride or pretty numbers on a table. It's much more than that. Whoever secures the top spot in the conference automatically gets a bye in the first round of the playoffs. While other teams are battling it out in Wild Card Weekend, suffering from physical wear and tear and risking early elimination, our Broncos would be rested, prepared, watching it all from the best seats in the house, and waiting for whichever opponent wins to face them at home at Mile High, with our entire fan base making that deafening noise that leaves any visiting quarterback completely lost. And there's more. All playoff games would be in Denver. Just imagine. Family. Every decisive matchup happening at our stadium, with our altitude favoring our physical conditioning, with our defense pressing even harder because there are 12,000 voices roaring on every snap. That's no small advantage. That's a championship difference maker. But while the Broncos have this all-out war mentality, look at what's happening on the other side. Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers head coach, made a decision that raised a lot of eyebrows around the league. He's going to rest starters. That's right. You heard that correctly. Justin Herbert, their star quarterback, isn't going to play. Before you think it's disrespect or giving up, let's understand the logic behind it. The Chargers already have a playoff spot locked up as a wild card. They're going to play on the road in the first round. That's already decided. And Herbert isn't 100%. The guy's been playing with an injured left hand for over a month. Harbaugh looked at the situation and decided it's worth more to preserve his star, let him heal completely so he arrives healthy and ready for the real battle coming up in Wild Card Weekend. In Herbert's place, the one taking command of the Chargers offense is Trey Lance. And look, underestimating this guy would be a huge mistake. Lance may not have Herbert's experience and resume, but he's got an arm. He's got mobility, and he's already shown on other occasions that he knows how to play ball when he gets the chance. This will be the 6th start of his career and the first in a Bolts jersey. Lance was excited when he talked to the media. The guy knows this is an opportunity to show what he's got, to prove he can be reliable when his name is called. And let's be honest, playing at mile high against the defense that's leading the league in sacks isn't exactly the most comfortable scenario for your debut with a new team, but the kid embraced the challenge. And speaking of defense, Broncos Country, let's talk about what has really been this team's identity in 2025. 56 sacks. Let that number marinate in your head for a second. 56 sacks. We're just 10 sacks away from the all-time franchise record in the NFL, which belongs to the Chicago Bears of 1984, when they recorded 66 sacks in 16 games. Our Broncos already have 56 in 16 games and still have one more to go. That's otherworldly statistics, and it's not just quantity, it's quality. It's constant pressure. It's the opposing quarterback having to make rush decisions. It's the ball coming out wobbly. It's forced fumbles. It's created turnovers. It's the defense dictating the pace of the game and making the other team's offense panic. But Patrick Surtain, too, our all-pro cornerback, was smart when commenting on Lance. He reminded everyone that Lance was a first-round draft pick, has all the physical and mental tools to succeed in the NFL, and that the team definitely won't treat this game carelessly just because Herbert isn't on the field. Respect for the opponent is part of our culture, and it's exactly this professional mentality that brought us this far. What our defense does so well isn't just about raw sack numbers. It's about complete dominance. First place in yards allowed per play. Second in rushing yards allowed. Second in third down conversions too. Second in red zone efficiency. When you look at all these numbers together, family, you understand why this team scares opponents so much. And on offense, Bo Nix is having an absolutely phenomenal rookie season. The kid can tie Russell Wilson's record of 24 wins in the first 2 NFL seasons. 24 wins in 2 seasons. That's elite-level stuff. Nix isn't just promise. He's already reality. Already producing. Already a leader of this offense. Courtland Sutton, our veteran wide receiver, explained perfectly how the locker room thinks. Winning the AFC West title was special. Of course it was. It was the first time since 2015 we accomplished that. But it's not the final goal. It's not where the journey ends. It's just another box you check off on the checklist on the way to something much bigger. And if you happen not to complete the whole mission, that division champion shirt just becomes another painful reminder that you stopped halfway. The team knows this. Peyton knows this. Broncos Country knows this. Nobody's satisfied yet. Nobody's celebrating like they've already won everything. There's focus, there's hunger, there's ambition to go much further. Last year served as a valuable learning experience. In Week 18, the Broncos faced a similar situation when the Chiefs rested their starters after already securing the number 1 seed in the AFC. And what happened? Denver took advantage of the opportunity and delivered a historic 28-0 blowout that secured our first playoff berth since 2015. It was liberating, it was special, but it also showed the team that when you have a chance like this, you can't hesitate. You have to go all out, no matter who's on the other side of the ball. And that's exactly the mentality we're going into this Sunday with. One point of concern that Peyton raised that makes complete sense: turnovers. Surprisingly, the Broncos have a negative turnover differential of 5 this season. For a team with this level of defensive dominance, for an offense that works so well, that number needs to improve. And improve now. Turnovers kill offensive drives, kill momentum, give life to the opponent when they should have their heads down. Surtain talked about this too. Said that every week the team works on jumping on loose balls, on attacking the ball carrier when the ball's in the air. That turnovers come in big bunches when you least expect it, and that when they come, the team needs to be ready to capitalize on every single one. The Chargers are coming off a painful loss. They lost 21-15 to Houston, a game that ended any chance they had of competing for the division title. It was a frustrating game for Los Angeles. The defense allowed 2 rare long touchdown passes right at the start that opened up the scoreboard. The offense went 2 for 5 in the red zone, a terrible efficiency rate when you're inside the opponent's danger area, and to make it worse, Cameron Dicker, their Pro Bowl kicker, missed a 36-yard field goal for the first time in his career and even sent an extra point wide for the first time this season. When things aren't flowing, even the automatic plays start to fail. So the Chargers come into this game with a bitter taste in their mouth from the previous loss, but also with a completely different mentality from ours. They want to wrap up the regular season, give playing time to backup players, keep everyone healthy, and focus 100% on what comes next. It's a legitimate approach, makes strategic sense, but also opens a giant window of opportunity for us. The weather forecast for Sunday at Mile High is showing 61 degrees Fahrenheit at kickoff. That would be the second coldest temperature for a Broncos home game this season. The coldest was 55 degrees when we faced the Las Vegas Raiders in November. It's not that biting cold that makes your fingers go numb, but it's not beach weather either. It's a climate where our players, accustomed to the altitude and these conditions, have an advantage over those coming from outside. So, Broncos Country, do you feel the energy of this moment? Can you visualize what's about to happen? Our team at home, in front of our passionate fan base, with a real chance to secure the position everyone dreams of having in the playoffs. One win separates us from having total control of our destiny in the postseason. If you're true Broncos Country, subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss a single play of this journey toward the title. Turn on notification bells because you won't want to miss any analysis, any update, any special moment that's coming. Let's tell the truth here. This isn't a regular game. This isn't just another Sunday of football. This is the kind of game that defines legacies, that separates good teams from championship teams, that shows who has the winning DNA when the pressure's on and all the spotlights are pointed at you. The Broncos have all the necessary ingredients to make history. A defense that terrorizes any offense, a rookie quarterback who plays like a veteran, an experienced coach who's seen it all and knows exactly how to prepare the team for big moments. And more important than all of that, Broncos Country, the best fan base in the league, who will make that stadium an impossible cauldron for any opponent to feel comfortable in. Lance is going to have to deal with the deafening noise. He's going to have to communicate with an offensive line without the chemistry Herbert already has with his teammates. He's going to have to make split-second decisions while giant pass rushers come at him like guided missiles. It won't be a walk in the park for him, you can be sure of that. So Denver Broncos family, what do you think? Will the Broncos take advantage of this golden opportunity? Will we secure that #1 overall seed and the all-important bye? Or do you think Lance could surprise and complicate our plans? Comment below with your honest opinion. Drop that like if you believe in a Broncos victory. Share this video with all your friends who bleed orange and blue, because Sunday is Decision Day. It's the day to show the entire NFL who really runs things this season. It's the day to put the Denver Broncos name exactly where it deserves to be, at the absolute top of the American Conference. Broncos Country, I'm counting on you at the stadium. I'm counting on you here on the channel. I'm counting on you sending that positive energy to our warriors. Until the next video, and let victory come.